Okay, the first thing that you will see when you open up the Walk to End Alzheimer's app, at the very top it will have the logo as well as the event that you are participating in. You can see that there's a notification bell to the upper right hand side, as well as a settings gear that will help you change any of the settings. If you're participating in multiple events, you can see My Events under this tab right here. I have a couple registrations open right now, but we're going to stay here in the Butler app. First thing that'll pop up after everything loads is it'll have your name, and it'll tell you how to raise funds, and you can view all your badges as well. But for the purpose of beginning this demonstration, we'll do raise funds. When the raise funds section opens up, you can see that it has fundraiser schedule. You can actually schedule messages to go out. So if you scroll through it, you can see the I need your help to end Alzheimer's, join me, you can make a difference. It depends on what email that you want to send out. You can send out to all your past donors as well, or have them help you become a grand champion. And then if you've made your goal, the very last one is a draft that says I've made it. But let's select to get some more team members. You can see all these different forms. The first one is WhatsApp, LinkedIn, then you can see text messages, emails, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. This will take us out of the app for a second, so bear with me. I'm going to click the text messaging because I think it's extremely important. So if you do this, it will automatically open up your text message screen. Messaging rates do apply, just keep that in mind. And it will say this specific message says, I signed up for Walk to End Alzheimer's, will you join me? And it has a link. So you can just pull someone up in your contacts and send that directly to them. That link will direct them to your team page. So we're going to cancel that. And then we'll also draft these for any of the other, as you see, we can click through and it will automatically have you connect to the various different things. So if you want someone to help you become a grand champion, let's say text message again, it just changes the verbiage and says donate today, has a different link to the donation link, and you can just go about your messaging that way. It's pretty simple and very user-friendly. So if you want to schedule those, you can see the day before the event, when you receive a new donation, the day after, so on and so forth. You can click them. So if you want to do the day before the event, just to remember, send a reminder to those people that haven't given to you yet. You can do every time a new donation is received, and you can select all of these if you want and have those reminders sent out on your social media channel of choice. Right here, it's Twitter and LinkedIn. And you can save those as well. So we'll go back to the home page, and that taskbar at the very bottom of your mobile app is going to be, the best use of your time. It's kind of like when you log in on a desktop or your laptop, it has the dashboard. So that's what that bottom feature functions as. So if you want to see what your badges are, you can click on the badge icon. You can see that so far I have 3 badges. They'll be grayed out until... I have more than 3, so they will be grayed out until you earn them. So just keep that in mind. You can earn all of them. Sometimes special awards go out based on that. So we'll go back to the top. And then the next one is take a walk in the Promise Garden. So we're going to click on Open the Promise Garden. So you can visit the Promise Garden if you click first one. And then this will just allow you to start the AR experience. You can also plant your flower in the virtual Promise Garden by hitting this button. You can select your color and what that means to you. So if you need a refresher, you can select each one. Like blue symbolizes a person living with Alzheimer's or dementia. Orange doesn't mean you have a close tie, but you also care about the cause and you support it. Purple means that you've lost someone to Alzheimer's or dementia. And then yellow means that you're a caregiver for someone of Alzheimer's and dementia. You can dedicate the flower to whoever you want. You just type that in. If I can type today. All right. And then you can write a special message if you want. And then you just click plant my flower. All right, so we'll go out of the Promise Garden now and scroll down. So once it loads, you can see your total progress. So this is where if you've edited your page before, you can see all that. So we'll go through these one by one. So this is your progress so far. So that would be for your personal participant fundraising. So far I have 75 in, and it tells you the percentage. You can also edit your personal page. If you click the edit personal page here, you can hit this magnifying glass as a preview, so it'll be what everyone else sees. The camera is update your image, so you can customize it like I already did. The link is copy your page link, so you can copy that and paste it into email, social media, text messages, whatever you desire. And of course the Facebook icon if you want to share your page on Facebook. I highly recommend editing your personal page link. So right here you can see that I did the /go-to /Lindsay. So if you click on it, on that pencil, you can type in whatever you want in the white portion of the box, and it will make your URL much shorter. So it will automatically tell you if that username's already taken. So if you have a more common name, sometimes you'll have to add a number or your last name, but just keep that in mind. You click save and then you can go out of it. You can also edit your story. So I highly recommend every time that you actually put your personal story on your participant fundraising page, you will receive more donations than the average boilerplate that we have suggested there. Nothing wrong with keeping it the way it is, but I think the personal touch helps people connect with you more and will result in higher fundraising. So you can click edit your story, and you can actually go in and take things out, put things in, and when you're done, you just hit done, and then you can hit save, and then I'll tell you that your page has been successfully updated. So you just click OK. And then we'll go back to the home by hitting the home at the bottom of the left-hand corner. Once it loads. Okay. So if you click on the team progress tab, you can see the team overall, your team name, the progress so far, what you've raised. You can also click recruit, and it will take you back to those messages. I need your help. Join me. Those are great ones to help recruit more team members, or team members that haven't actually joined your team yet this year. Maybe they're just behind a little bit or need an extra reminder. You can use that all to help you with that. Then the event details tab, it just tells you the event day, how many days you have left, and then this link right here that says visit event website. If you click it, it will take you to it'll open one of your browsers, depending on what phone you use, and it will take you right to the event page itself. So we'll go back to my progress. Ask for donations. When you click on that, it will take you to the same pre-written text messages, emails, all those things that we showed earlier. So just keep that in mind. But you can click deposit checks, and it actually functions as a mobile, basically like a mobile banking app. So when you hit the deposit checks, you can actually do credit card transactions or check deposit. I think check deposit is the easiest way to go, and I'll show you what that looks like. So what you'll do first is you can click the front scan. So that would be the front side of the check, made out to the Alzheimer's Association. You don't have to have it made out to you or your team. Alzheimer's Association always works. And then you can, once that picture is uploaded, it does have a smart capture, or you can manually capture it as well. So if you hover your camera above the check, it'll automatically depict it as long as it's against a dark background. And then the back scan, which is on the right, you click that camera and it will ask you to take a picture of the back of the check. Just make sure you check for mobile deposit only, or if there is not a box there on the endorsement line, just endorse it with for mobile deposit only. Then you'll enter the amount here. So let's just say we had someone donate $50 just for the sake of the demonstration. You can pick between individuals or company. The one that's selected will be in purple. And then it'll prompt you with more information as you go through. It'll populate, it'll try to pull the information from the check. So depending on how dark the background is and how bold the font is on the check, it should pull the name, the address of the person that's given to you. Just make sure when you go through the process that all of that information is correct, and then it will have a submit button once you make sure everything looks okay. And then that actually would be available on your participant fundraising page immediately. So you'll see that pop up. Just keep the check for 2 weeks, write void on it, and just hold on to that for at least 2 weeks to make sure that everything processes correctly. Okay, you can also access the donation page by going to the dashboard at the bottom of your app. You can see the donations is highlighted in purple. Whichever icon you're on that is in purple is the current page that you're on. So if you want to do any credit card transactions, you can click the credit card feature and it will take you to this specific page. It looks a little bit different than what you're used to from the actual front end of the website. So if you scroll down, you can just see, you can select the amount, you can hit other if those amounts aren't correct. You can do a one-time payment or monthly, and then you just select what type of actual payment method they're using. That could be Apple Pay, a digital wallet, credit cards. You can do bank account numbers if you want to. I would just suggest have them write you a check. It's a little bit easier. You can get from PayPal. And then one that's the least commonly used is a donor advised fund. So that's what that looks like. Okay, now that we're back on the home screen, we can slide down a little bit and you can show your fundraising leaderboard. For this walk, this is the top 10 fundraisers at the walk, so you can see where you rank and see where you need to be if you're having some friendly competition between other team members or other teams. You can check that out there. And then you can just click it again to make it smaller so you don't have to see that. This blue box, I think everyone's the most familiar with. It's go to Facebook fundraiser, or it'll say start Facebook fundraiser. So I currently have one active on my Facebook page. So if I click that, it'll automatically take me to the Facebook fundraiser. If you are linking your Facebook to create a fundraiser, do it through the app or your online participant center. It automatically connects to your donation page. If you need any help with that, we do have a video that's posted that we did a few weeks ago under our social media fundraising opportunities and ideas. So please feel free to refer to that. That is under the Team Captain Guide on all the websites on the main pages. It's also located in each of the Facebook groups for each walk, so just keep that in mind. So if you have any questions about how to connect that properly or anything along those lines with Facebook, please reach out to your walk manager, and they'd be more than happy to walk you through that. Now, if we scroll down a little bit more, that's where the badges are always housed. We already went over that earlier. And then your activity. So I actually connected my walking app on my phone through the health app because I have an Apple. And you can track your activity, your team activity, so and then any activity goals. So right now there are only 3 teams that have connected that, and 4 participants overall. So you can view all your activity, and you can see it switch the bottom right to get active. And you can see the people that are participating, the teams that are participating when you click that, and how many total miles are logged. It's just a nice feature to have if you want to participate in like tracking your steps or miles or anything along those lines. So we'll go back to the home screen and then scroll down. Okay, and that is actually it on the main part of the mobile app. I'm going to show you just a recap of some things. So from the bottom where all of our dashboard is, the home button is purple because we're on the home button right now. So if we click send messages like it did before, it will bring us right to the messaging site where you can select your how you want to send communications out. If we click on the donations, it takes us to my donations, team donations, and then enter donations is the mobile deposit or the credit card. So I wanted to just highlight a couple of things. Team donations, if anyone makes a team donation that's general just to your team, not to an individual person, It'll show up here of who did that. You can also tap there to send a message. It'll take you back to those pre-written messages as well to kickstart your fundraising. If we click on My Donations, you can see I've made a couple self-donations so far. You can actually click on them to thank them individually, just the same way that you have done with the pre-written statements for donations that we went over earlier as well. There's actually a way to find the individual receipts if someone needs a receipt for their donation. That gets a little complicated when it's on the app, so I recommend using it from a computer for those sorts of things. But you can always ask your walk manager, and we can pull those receipts for you if someone needs them. If you pull the receipt, it will not have any credit card information on it, and we make sure to leave that out as well, so you don't have to worry about holding anyone's credit card information. But it'll come up with a list of all your donors here that have given to you. It says to keep track of your supporters, so that way you know who to thank. And I highly recommend thanking people as much as you can. You can never overthank someone. So every time you see a donation come in, make sure to reach out or post about it if it's a Facebook donation to thank them. Send them a handwritten card. That's always a really nice touch, or anything along those lines. Now, if we click the team icon at the bottom, it will come up. I don't have any team members with me yet. My team is lagging a little bit. But you can see, you can edit the team page and change, where the name is. You can edit the team name. You can edit the team photo. If you look at the right side, it's just flowers there right now. I haven't updated mine, but if you click the camera, you can select a photo to replace that. That's more customized. You can see the total you've raised so far and your goal. And then down below, you can see you can actually send encouragement to each of your team members by clicking this cheer icon, which is a megaphone, if you want to do that if you're the team captain. And then you can see each of your team member stats there. And then you can actually hit chat with team, which takes you to the community page. If you see that it just moved at the bottom, now community is purple. And you can search for your team, which I don't have any team members, so no one comes up. Or you can search for your event or all. This is just a neat little community posting if you want to. It's not utilized very much, but it definitely could be. And then if you hit direct messages, you can actually send direct messages to certain team members through the app, as well as edit your preferences. It's kind of like the social media part within the Walk to End Alzheimer's, but it's there if you want to use it, or if you don't have to as well. And then the last one is the Get Active, which we already went over. Just wanted you to see that again, that is where it's located at the very bottom on your dashboard. So overall, the most important things in the mobile app is your ability to send automatic text messages, link it to certain social media sites, as well as the very important way of entering checks on mobile deposits. So it's a very nice tool to have. I highly recommend you downloading the mobile app. It is free in the App Store for any type of device, Android, iPhone, whatever you have. Just go to your App Store. It's called Walk to End Alzheimer's. It is a white background with the purple Walk to End Alzheimer's logo that you can see at the upper left-hand part of the screen that's right now. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. And that is a tour of the mobile app.